was Interstellar Radio. His date is September 13th, 2020. We have Retro here. Greetings.
Greetings, everyone.
All right. Football, football as well.
It's up.
So
Doing pretty good here.
that's good. All right. All right. Whenever you like to begin.
Sure. So you've been looking into Orion in the past few days, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. See what your take is. Yeah.
Uh, one moment. Yes, I see a lot of ships that are coming in from Orion, particularly those that look black and blue ships. Let's see. There's currently an Orion mothership that seems like it's parked out in our solar system around Mars at this time, just behind Mars. Orion has a large part in the history of Mars. You can almost say that Orion helped create Mars even more so than they may have helped to
Mm.
create humans or Earth
Mm.
society. Orion and
Mm.
in a way, Orion almost raised Mars. It's showing kind of like a baby version of
Yeah.
Mars as the entity, and
Mm.
it's kind of like Orion was the father of Mars. One moment. They also played a part in our Babylon as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In fact, that is the connection point between Mars and Babylon. That's only an event on point where Mars was over the constellation of Orion.
Mm-hmm.
It had a significant ascent in Babylonian times. It's connected to the magic there. In a sense, it's connected to religions, but there had been rulers of Babylon that had been, you can almost say, sent from Mars. It has an origin in Orion as well. One moment. Today they had been trying to heal from a lot of energy, and they are still somewhat stuck with it as they do influence our current politics. That is much different in the relations of Babylon. It's much less of a focus on magic and overt power and more on influence in technology. It kind of, you could say, cleaned up its act a bit.
Mm.
The Orion people influencing this Earth. Um, they are much more in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of act as a backdrop to a lot of the power structures on Earth. but they're not easily seen.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, actually, Mars, as it plays a great role in our history, a lot of the communications from Orion come from Mars.
Mm-hmm.
It acts as a portal in a way. There's a portal to Orion, a portal energy around Mars that leads to Orion as well. Although it's been largely shut down as of recently. But they're still active in some way. It's just not as active as it has been in the past. You could say our Zetas and our Anunnaki had a greater role today as Orion has started a more backdrop energy, more of the. But there are a lot of ships around Earth watching. But you can say that Mars is sort of the portal energy for Orion. Because Mars actually vibrates at a higher rate than our Earth does. In some ways, it is.
Hmm.
In some instances, it is. So it acts as a kind of a ladder, rung down to help us stage between Orion and the human collective. Your pyramids. One second. Your pyramids are almost a step away from that Martian Orion energy. It kind of steps towards a more feminine side. It is more the. It's more connected to your moon. It is sort of this. As it sometimes carries a more positive energy, more of a. One moment. Yes, your pyramids are connected to some positive Orion energies. Though it is also connected to a feminine receptive energy. It is a conduit. It is almost a part of the earth now, a part of her vibration. It can be, the pyramid can be reopened once again, but it can only be used for positive influences now. The earth has reclaimed them. They are a part of her. It's any questions?
Now, what about Orion connected to the elites or the Illuminati?
Orion plays as part of the backdrop. I would say that our elites do have some origin in Orion that are not always connected to the main.
Mm-hmm.
You could almost say some of them were outcasts from Orion.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them could not easily fit in the Orion system, so they came to Earth. They came to establish their own systems, and they had to have a lot of help with that too. Your reptilians, your Zetas, um, even to some degree your Carians as well. They're sea lions. They're these Orion elite on Earth. Well, they're not always kicked out of the Orion to say that they had a strange relationship. Um, they had help from other beings as well. In fact, they had a sort of an odd relationship with Agartha as well. Um, some of them are actually closer to Agartha than they are to their original Orion home.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say these Orion beings that came to Earth were adopted into other systems. But yet they still had connections to Orion. But they are, so to speak, immigrants, is what I'm feeling.
Yeah, there seems to be a large group, but they're really quiet.
Exactly. They don't really stand out quite as much, and they don't make their connections known. But they are still there, that they operate within other systems. They are largely immigrants trying to adapt to the system.
Mm-hmm.
They have an easier life than they had back home.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they did have a large contribution. Again, they kind of take a backdrop. The Orion connection takes a backdrop. It's very intense, but very quiet at the same time.
Mm.
It's hard to really understand what they want, and they kind of keep that somewhat secret.
Or it seems like they run they're the architecture of our control system. They play a big role in that.
Yes, they do.
Just it's so quiet. It's so hidden. It's like it's getting anything at just not much to go by physically.
I mean, some of these people live so remote from each other.
Yeah.
They connect through secret pipelines,
Yeah.
secret communications. And they only have a few people from Orion within a certain country.
Mm-hmm.
And they have very thin radio communication to each other that it's hard to pick up on. It's like radio, I'm saying it's not radio technology, but it's like radio. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but all right, you want to go to the next topic?
Yes, I do hear that actually there's quite a bit of disagreement between them.
Hmm.
It's kind of like a colonial aspect to Orion. It's you had different energy that it's trying to meld themselves into and align themselves with. But individuals who go from Orion may see themselves as territorial or competitive to each other. These Orion people, these leaders, have the kind of territorial energy to them. And others can be only so many within a certain area.
Yeah, it's it's a unique group, that's for sure.
Exactly. But they're very quiet and they blend in quite easily, but at the same time they're very territorial. Okay. And they're not quite open about their agendas or what they desire. But again, it's mostly how I see them as like immigrants within a system filled with other alien beings. So they're the alien to the aliens in a way.
Yeah, it seems like some of them opened up more astral on our world. Just another way to control our world. Keep us distracted.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of it is ego-based too. Some of it may not have the agenda, so to speak. It's kind of ego-based, and they're finding their own freedom, their own way to control their own territory. They're kind of the big fish in a small pond, where they couldn't quite cut it back home.
Yeah, it's like
go off,
it took over your precious Earth. You know,
Yeah.
said we wouldn't, but we did. So
Yeah. Well, they
what can
couldn't
I say?
quite cut it back on, so they had to come here. So
Makes
yeah.
sense.
Mm,
Jeez.
right. So, what's our next topic?
Yeah, Anunnaki, just the early humans. What do you feel?
Early humans, you mean like prehistoric?
Or just, yeah, just early human development, whatever you pick up on, whatever you feel comfortable with.
So, to bring us back to some comparisons, the Anunnaki as a group were a bit more intimate within our history than the Orion people were.
Hmm.
Oddly enough, the Anunnaki energy seemed a bit more humble than the Orion energy in a way, a bit
Yeah,
more
yeah.
familiar, almost more welcoming, you might say.
Hmm.
One moment. So if you could say the Orion and if you could say the Orion people were the fathers of our system, you could say that the Anunnaki were sort of the mothers and the caretakers of the system.
Hmm.
There is sort of a religious and spiritual aspect to them that kind of fleshed out our Illuminati in a way. The There is a spiritual connection between the Anunnaki and the Illuminati. It's a lot of the religious and kind of cult-like energy of the Illuminati comes from Anunnaki origins. It's even some of the vampires, the vampire energy comes from there as well.
Hmm.
A lot of the early humans have myths that kind of it were flavored by the Anunnaki. Um, One moment. I even see a lot of Anunnaki adopting humans as their own children.
Hmm.
Mostly females, and some of them were gender neutral or non-binary. In fact, most of the Anunnaki were more non-binary, but some of the more feminine ones adopted human children because there was such a spiritual connected energy there. That yes, the Anunnaki are kind of like the mother of humanity. You could say the mother of our elite system, but also early humans. So another energy. So the Anunnaki used to have a more hands-on approach, a more direct connection with humanity. So yes, you could say that the Anunnaki were our mothers and the Orionids were our fathers in a way. Just in this instance.
Hmm. Hmm.
Did you have any questions in particular?
Just whatever you like to, whatever you see with prehistory or Babylon or
Right.
with whatever, whatever you want to, whatever you can connect with.
I do see that actually the as far as the ancient kingdoms, especially the cities of the Mesopotamia, were actually in large part planned by the Anunnaki. They kind of told people where to go, what places to settle.
Hmm.
Mm, 1 second. Yes, a lot of them used to not exactly live in these cities as well, but they did kind of live outside in the mountains or in the deserts. And they had their own, almost their own cults as well, that lived out there with them. They kind of sought isolation, but at the same time, they did have relations with humans as well, with early humans. In fact, a lot of your Anunnaki, a lot of your early humans that had blood of the Anunnaki produce people within the Illuminati, people in our lower caste of the Illuminati are mixes of Anunnaki and human bloodlines. And it creates the religious energy there. So a lot of our most religious uh, people, a lot of our most zealous people, even our priests, our imams, and rabbis, a lot of them they've had past lives where they lived under a house with the Anunnaki or with their Anunnaki adoptive parental figure. One moment. Any questions?
You know, the Anunnaki, do you feel like some of them were, you said in the past, I saw a bird Anunnaki, I've seen like a feline Anunnaki.
I see a lot more bird-like Anunnaki than felines. Yes, there are some felines out there that are Anunnaki. But primarily, I see birds, snakes, and even like oxes or bulls, Anunnaki. But yes, there are some feline ones out there too.
But humans like us, I mean.
Oh yes, there
Yeah,
have been ones that are human or had human features.
yeah. I figured they had a. Yeah, but I feel like Anunnaki has like a little bit of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
Well, some of them are shapeshifters, especially the human ones.
yeah,
That was more of a shapeshift form.
yeah.
Actually, they're showing me now like all the buffaloes that used to roam in the prairies in North America. Even they have a connection to the Anunnaki. Yeah, there's
Well,
a buffalo Anunnaki as well. So
yeah, makes sense. Well, the this is a little bit off topic, but not really. But like the Indian, there's a feeling that like the Indian came from the Palladian energies. I would say
Indian as in the
Native
subcontinent or
American.
Native American? Yeah.
I would say Native American. I'm not sure
Mm,
about the
yeah.
Indian, but
Yeah. I mean, yeah, semantics.
it all gets confusing. Yeah. Aren't the
Yeah.
Indians from India? Aren't they Asian? It's like, geez.
Well, I mean, some Native Americans do call themselves Indians, but
Yeah.
it's all kind of confusing. So,
Yeah, it's very confusing.
um, so the connection to the Pleiades, yes, there are some.
Yeah. Native Americans, yeah. The Hopi.
I think it's Hopi.
Hopi.
Um, particularly from the south, come from some Pleiadian lineages. Around the Gulf of Mexico is pretty particularly strong Pleiadian influences.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly in the southeastern U.S., even south central U.S. as well. Even in Mexico, but
Mm-hmm.
one moment. Yes, I do see a lot of Pleiadian influences there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mexicans and and the Indians, they're they seem to be very similar in different ways.
Yes. See, a lot of them do have different origins as well, though. It's kind of they had different contact with different alien groups or extraterrestrial groups, or in the different lineages. It's a mix as well. That a lot of this information is forbidden at this moment, but
Yep. As is a lot of things.
yeah, yes, that's the Palladian, the Orion.
Yep. Everything.
The only thing I don't really see a lot of is probably Zeta.
Mm-hmm.
But then maybe some out there that had connection to Zeta. It's not the one that seems the weakest to me that I can sense.
But doesn't China? China has a lot of Asia, has a
Zeta.
lot of Zeta, yeah.
Yes, particularly Eastern and Northern Asia.
Yeah.
Actually, there is I do see some Zeta influence, like Inuit cultures that are Inuit people that again it's harder to trace. But yes, Northern and Eastern Asia does have a lot of Zeta influences. Siberia, China, Japan, etc.
Yeah, because Asia, like China, seems like a mixture of Zeta and Arcturian.
Yeah.
It's probably something else. Fish. I feel fish people too. Some of them used to live.
Syrian.
So
Yeah, like Syrian.
yes, yeah. Some used to live under. I feel like a lot of Asians used to live underwater.
Yeah.
Somehow, one day. Some
Some
some do look like
someone did.
fish.
Okay.
Anyway, some look fishy.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, we can go to the next topic.
Okay. One moment. Oh yeah, third turn, Chanta. Actually, Trump does have a lot of Orion energy with him too. Particularly his advisors. The one that's been Kushner, I think, also has a lot of Orion energies to him. Again, it's a lot of that kind of silent sociopathic energy that's kind of manipulating him. That comes on the darker side of Orion, you know.
Shit, I hate to see what Nancy Pelosi has.
Yeah, no. One moment. They don't. I don't really see them actually feeling that there's going to be success to it, but they are putting energy out there, trying to push a lot of that Orion type energy, a lot of that control out there. Even if Trump does not get a third term, which he won't, most likely, it's still putting his energy to last a lot longer than it normally would. Trump is more one of the odd cases where he is yes connected to Orion, but again he's his own person. But it is bringing that sort of darker Orion energy to last. So that by pushing this third turn stuff, it is in a way making his presence known that his energies and this kind of energy will be lasting far longer than his campaign, than his 2 turns or 1 turn. Most likely 1 turn then. it is trying to make its own stand, bring this and the dark energy out into other people as well. Uh, a lot of the further right figureheads do have a Orion connection to them. Uh, Even like the NRA has an Orion connection to it.
Yeah.
But one moment. Yes, your military is also very much connected to Orion. A lot of it is very much connected to Orion technology. The shape of your rifles, it does seem to have some Orion influences too. Um, Guns and rifles and such do have a connection to Orion as weapons. Um, One moment. Yes, you could say there is sort of a attempt to exert a more darker Orion energy in Planet America um, by pushing it through Trump and through his supporters and his major supporters, I should say. A lot of the MAGA hat people are pushing this sort of Orion energy into the future, trying to extend its influence.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because you are seeing, in a way, it's almost worse that there's not as much alien presence on Earth, because if they can push the presence to the shadows, the influence to the shadows, there is a lot of different beings, and different groups that are pushing for power and influence over humanity. In a way, it's almost more efficient, due to the fact that there is less alien knowledge out there, that there is less shit in the sky. It is almost more efficient to cause this kind of chaos in the shadows, like these people are doing. It is to grab their attention, grab their energy, or influence in people. And it is actually easier when humans are not aware of aliens out there. And that's just another ploy by some to take over the energy to cast a net that lasts longer. Any questions?
Well, one thing about a third term, at least it shows something different's happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're just doing the same thing every, they'll bring an event like what we're going through now, like the BP oil spill or, financial crash. It's always something.
Right.
They always have to bring in something for us to battle. So, it'd be nice to have something different come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, third term, I don't know how it'd be so old. So, who knows?
Yes.
Who knows?
Again, it is more. You'll notice it's more about the post-Trump energy coming in right now.
Yeah.
Trump himself doesn't have the same vigor that he used to have. Not the same life force. He's quickly being used up. If anything, he may have to turn up in him after this if he gets reelected.
Yeah.
But I see him being used up. But they're still using him to project this kind of energy forward into the future, to have the same influence. It's not him that has the energy that they want, it's the people who he inspired. The average American people that he has inspired, your Republicans, your far-right people. That's the kind of energy that they're trying to harness or inspire, sort of a kind of society, you could say.
Interesting.
And that creates just more of a safe environment for them when everyone's looking out for their own. So, that's what they kind of do. These Orion immigrants, you could say, they do tend to look out for their individual selves. Yeah. Any questions?
Now we go to the next topic.
Okay. I guess future forecasts. Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
1 minute. So in 2021, or even towards the end of this year, I do see the stock market kind of. They're trying to push the stock market to almost a little longer with medical technology. So you'll see a lot of influence on medical technologies. Even things that are directly medical related, but have an indirect connection. You'll try to see sort of a direct influence in the stock market to benefit medical companies more so than anything else. You'll see a lot more pandering to the individual, a co-opting of progressive ideals, Medicare. But of course, it is a managed front. It's not. Hold on. It will not be as effective as we might hope. You may not have the best medical technology available to everyone. And of course, they'll try to pretend that they're thorough medical for most people, but again, they're going to make it all about profit. It's about profit motive. It's about control, about what people think about you. They'll be doubling down on all of this propaganda. Your Illuminati will have a large stake in our medical technology. There's a huge interest in medical technology nowadays. Almost a redirection of energy towards medical technology. People used to care about going to Mars. Now they'll be caring about medical issues, technology, even robotics to some degree. But it'll be kind of a false front. It'll be more profit motivated.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it'll still bring people new ideas. It'll awaken some self-interest in people, some self-awareness. People, it's like we've been promised this new future after COVID, and it's not been here, so it's going to be awakening people slowly. You'll have people that bring up new ideas as well. So it is creating. It's more about new ideas in an indirect sense, but it's mostly profit-driven at this time. But it does have the positive of manifesting new ideas, new dreams, new ways of going about things. It'll awaken more people to the system. It's oh, sorry, I'm getting blocked off from this. Sorry.
Yeah. All right.
They don't really want us to know what's going on.
No, of course not.
But yeah. But yes, there will be a lot more focus on medication or Medicare. But it won't be anything that's going to be prominent for the people. It'll be mostly profit-driven research. The usual, but it kind of makes an alleyway for the stock market to improve, to try to reunite people again. It's from the new liberal kind of message. co-opting people's desires to live healthy. You know, for families to live healthy, it's co-opting that kind of desire to make profit. But again, it has the upside of at least bringing in new ideas and waking more people that are disaffected or disenchanted. These sort of neoliberal tactics, cannot really go on through too much longer without a backlash. Any questions?
I don't know, is there... what about I think we already talked about the virus and all that. Well, yeah. It'll be more about the economy next year, or whatever.
The economy, yes.
Whatever is manufactured. We'll find out.
Well, we already know that we live in a largely service-based economy. You will see that there will be a push more for technology, robotics, electronic technology that sort of takes over a few tasks. So you may see a shift toward more technology-based jobs, tech firms, engineering firms. You'll see more demand for that. A smaller demand, but still a greater demand. I do see a break in the economy. As far as jobs, slowly in 2021 it'll begin to recover. In 2022, you may see more recovery again, back to normal. But it will still be a slow recovery because a lot of businesses have closed. So it'll take time to bring back a healthier economy. But by early 2022, I do see a large part recovery. New jobs, new businesses, yes. You'll see people asking for alternatives to the current model. More job security, how to become more financially secure in a system that is itself insecure. So that's always positive, but it's not easy to. It's not the brightest teacher, but it is going to lead to something. It's building up and preparing for a shift in that framework. It's a slow change preparing us for a new shift. Yes. Any other questions?
Okay. No, that's about it.
Okay.
Anything else for the wrap up? Anything else for you?
Let me check real quick. Yes. A lot of their fires are actually allowing energy to clear. You're seeing a lot more Agarthan energy, like Brazil, after those fires. So you'll see eventually, over time, a lot of this new growth that will come back after the fires actually has a stronger Agarthan connection. So there's an Agarthan influence on this regrowth, which is kind of shifting Earth into a higher vibration. The trees are kind of anchoring Earth into a higher vibration. There's different regions that are more fourth dimensional or fifth dimensional. So a lot of this growth is kind of being spurred on from Agartha. Agarthan energy that's helping the Earth to realign itself in parts and pieces. I'm seeing actually some of this growth will come back faster than you might expect. The trees might go back faster or healthier after this, depending on human intervention, of course. If there's negative entities that are trying to, negative politicians or negative Illuminati that are trying to prevent this, of course, that they could cause droughts, influence weather, but naturally there is an effort to bring things back in fuller than they had in before. New energy, the force become more alive, uh, more higher vibration energies.
Yeah, that's what I felt. Yeah. Even if it does get zapped by Illuminati or arson, it's still about bringing in a new vibration.
Yes.
Overall, so
So you may see in the future your California, your Brazil, your Oregon, anywhere else, Australia. Those places become higher vibration if allowed to. There still will over time, but it'll just be slower if there is the involvement from the Illuminati.
Yeah, I can see it.
All
Seems like we're closing out the old energies, the old.
Yes, slower than you might like, but yeah.
Yeah, we're not driving around in 1920s cars or anything, so we've we got to go through some kind of shift, and this is the shift to bring it in. Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
All right. Let's see if there's anything, but if I can connect to anything for you, or you said something about manifesting or something, or what was it?
No, it's the card I pulled when I was waiting for my computer to boot up.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to pull in anything, go ahead.
Yeah. See, tall blonde Nordics you're working with. The Palladians. We are clearing out their own negativity. They made, I guess, deals with, with reptilians at one time. To like a UN peace deal. That's you're connected to that. I don't. It's connected to the Earth. It's basically letting the Earth out of our hold. So, like astrally, you have a connection to some of these timelines where the Earth is finally let go of, from the negative influences. Like you might have, you get to view future timelines from their point of view, something like that. So as for where things are going life wise, just keep trucking, keep rolling. Well, you're where you need to be location wise. I think it has a lot to do with Canada. Like you're getting energies from Canada, but you're kind of watching over Canada. Because we're United States is kind of like the Wild West.
Right.
So we're kind of like keeping Canada safe from the United States in some regard. It's like it always has the energy I feel from that. Keeping the influences away from Canada, something like that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
There is an alien energy there. Oh, is it? You're by Toronto or Ontario or Toronto in here?
I'm probably only a few hours from Toronto, yeah.
Toronto, yeah. So it seems like you go there astrally a lot. Yeah, there's something going on there. Well, yeah, when I connect to that, I see like an alien group. They're like connecting to a building or a room, and they're all talking together. In Toronto, yeah.
I can kind of feel that, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just a different vibration is there. Yeah. A lot lighter in Canada for overall, obviously, right?
Yeah, they have their own problems, of course, but yeah.
It's quieter.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, all right. Okay, all right. Thanks a lot.
Blessings, everyone.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. All right. Take care.